good.
Well, great. Now I'm laughing. Hello, everybody. This is Dungeon Master Benjamin here. We are live at Heart of the Game. And as always with us, we have Wolf, who is playing Randall the Agile. And tonight we have Ashley, who is playing Navari. Now, we just want to let you know that last week, due to some massive technical errors, we did not get to play. But you didn't miss anything. However, we have time jumped due to some things going on in one of our players' lives. Rue, whose attendance unfortunately will not be as consistent going forward, most likely. But all good things. It's just, life happens, and that's okay. And to get started off tonight, I just want to say thank you all for coming and joining the show. I apologize. Again, so I guess we're ready to go. So what you would have missed out on is our players in our last session had traveled across the Mournland and discovered the facility of Whitehearth, and they infiltrated this massive House Cannith testing site, and they were trying to recover one of the schemas, one of the pieces of these plans. And in doing so, they not only got one copy, but they found a copy of the original. So they were able to get two. And so when they tried to leave, and they were confronted by their adversary, who seems to keep showing up, Sir Garrick Crawl and his goons, they made a deal with him. They gave him one of the copies, which he does not know that there is more than one of, and he took it and left. And in doing so, he left a bunch of his henchmen, specifically mostly undead henchmen, to deal with the party and hopefully take them out, which, again, they failed to do so. Now, while they were in the Mournland, they spoke with Phelan, who has agreed to provide more assistance than the original bargain was for. And the hope was that they would catch up with Ishara's people, her past, with the gunslingers. And so that episode we are going to film in the future, so you guys will get to eventually watch that story arc and catch up on it. So the only spoiler is, if somebody dies, they came back to life.
Whoa!
in order to keep things consistent. That's it. So they have since said farewell to Ishara temporarily, we hope. And our players have stopped off with Phelan in a little town called Salvation. Salvation is a town just across the gray border of the Mournland that is dirty, rough, uncouth, and has just a little touch of magic. Scavengers typically come here to spend their hard-earned coin on expensive drinks, cheap food, and hopefully to find wild rumors about the ruined nation of Seer. Because since it's been destroyed, there are people who venture forth into the Mournland to hopefully find riches, plunder ruins, find all sorts of ancient relics and things of that nature. And Salvation is a place where they can go to sell their discovered items, find a friendly face or an unfriendly face, pick up jobs, and obtain more equipment as they go back out to their outposts that they may have built, or to just resupply in general. So our players, along with Phelan, have landed into this town, and I do apologize for a few delays. I am just getting used to my new setup here. But so they've come to the town of Salvation, and both of them being members of the Silver Flame, specifically the Nation of Thrain. Well, you used to be. And you're palling around with Randall, who is not shy about being part of the Silver Flame.
So what you're saying is I
One
should
of
keep 10 feet away from him.
Yeah, you want, like, if you want to not be seen
So
with people like that, it is definitely plausible.
I'm not with him.
I'm not with this
So,
lady.
but however, Randall, of course, when you guys are stopping off to resupply and it's this last pit stop before you go back to meet up with Lady Eladrin and tell her the story of what had happened and provide her with more information. He stops off at the chapel, and this is a very nice building in the place, in the town. It has a clean dressed stone and floor. Um, the roof has the shingles of it painted silver, and it has very simple but well-made benches resting in front of a stone altar. And there's a silver dish sitting on that altar, and behind it there is a tapestry embroidered with the image of a silver arrow hanging on the wall, which is the emblem of the Silver Flame. There's a middle-aged woman who dressed in clerical vestments with a silvery tinge, tending to the place, and she greets you and she says, "Welcome. I'm Mother Johanna, keeper of the chapel. I see you are one of the faithful, but how can I be of service to you today?"
Well, I can't speak to everything that I might need, but as you can see, it's been a rough road. A place to clean up would be nice. Okay, Ben, I don't remember what I was supposed to be doing in here. Like you say, what can I help you with?
Okay, so
I'm a little
basically,
lost.
no,
Oh my-
no. So yeah, I know we didn't play last week, and that threw some stuff off, and then we had some changes come up today. But no, so you've come to Salvation. You guys, Phelan brought you here so you guys could resupply, get some more food, and have a bed to sleep in.
Right. Okay.
You went to the church because it's a friendly place
Right.
to you in the town, which is a good thing. Okay.
Yeah, especially in this unholy place of undeath that I've been finding myself in lately. Okay. So back into character here. And it's not so much what you could do for me as it is what I could do for you. Is there any problems that you have around town that I might be able to assist with?
Well, I wouldn't say necessarily problems, but perhaps you could assist me with something. You see, our chapel has been blessed with a relic called the Arrow of Truth. It comes straight from Flamekeep, from our headquarters.
I know of it.
And unfortunately, it is missing.
For how long?
Only a few days. It's very strange because I feel like that this swindle was committed by, well, it's strange because the person who I believe did it looked just like one of the acolytes here. But that doesn't make any sense because our acolytes would not have any reason to take from us to steal. And I have not seen him in days leading up to this moment. So I'm concerned that there might be a magician, someone who could disguise themselves, who committed this crime. And if you can find it for me, I can't pay much, but I do
Randall
have.
holds up his hand at the mention of money and
Mhm.
says, "Payment won't be necessary. Like I said, give me a place to clean up, wipe this blood off of my armor, and actually get it back to a nice shine, and call it favored paid."
Well, we can absolutely accommodate for that. What's your name, by the way?
Well, my friends and my enemies call me Randall the Agile.
Well met, Randall. Well met indeed. Now, Navari, you are traveling this dirty, dusty, Western-style town, and you are just very disappointed because there is nothing remotely like luxurious that you would feel is acceptably accommodating in this dirt ball town of just dust and tumbleweeds.
Oof.
There's a lot of rough characters because like this is really a place that's built by scavengers for other scavengers.
Yeah.
Those who have businesses here have them because of the wealth that comes in. You know, you have scrappers that purchase different kinds of items from, you know, the adventurers that travel out. You have a few ramshackle, shoddy inns. Food is whatever can be shipped in. So it's just it's not great. So Navari is not really feeling the whole vibe of being here. So hopefully, you know, it's only a short trip. Now, however, Phelan, he has been here before.
Of
and
course he has.
It is someone who's kind of an exile. This is a place he loves. And he has been talking your ear off. So he's like, oh, yes, Navari, you see here, this is where I met this really fine group of people, these adventurers, you see. And, well, I took them on a little trip. And, well, actually, you know what? You remember them. Those are the bugbears we found a few weeks back. You know,
Mhm.
that was pretty intense, wasn't it? But I really appreciate your help with that. And this place, oh, my goodness. And he shows, like, he walks by a tavern and he's just like, oh, this place, I have woken up in my chair many times the next morning because the drinks are cheap and there's plenty of them. And boy, are they strong. These guys here don't care much for flavor, but they do care much for power.
Well, that's good. Do you have any enemies here we need to be aware of?
I don't know if they're here now.
So maybe.
I guess maybe it's a good word to say. You know, it could be a maybe, yes, a maybe not, maybe yes. But hopefully nobody is out looking for old Phelan. But maybe the rest of you. But so let's just hopefully lay low, and we don't cause any trouble with anybody. You see.
Yep.
Yeah. Tell that to the rogue who's really despondent about the situation she finds herself in. And I can already see that happening all rampant across the city.
Just, she has a bottle of wine too in her bag, so.
Okay.
Oh, I just picture Navari like, I hate this town. I want to be kicked out of this town. I am going to
What's
steal
the-
from everybody in this town so that we get kicked out of this
Yeah,
town.
what's the quickest way?
It's not a
to get
matter
out
of getting
town?
kicked out. It's just like it's a matter of like this is not. This is like this is like, you know, it's been a, you know, time of camping and now this, and she's just like, I want to go to a nice 5-star House Galanda establishment with a spa, great food. So it's just disappointment after disappointment.
I'm getting too old for this.
Yes, absolutely.
Goddamn youngins talking about how they're too old for things.
Hey, you dwarves live a long time. Tieflings don't. Oh, where are we going, Phelan?
Well, let's go catch up with Randall and see what he wants to do too, you know, because maybe we could find ourselves a meal or something like that. But anyway, I have a little business to attend, so I'll help you find him. I pretty know where he goes. See, he probably went over to the church over there, you know, so why don't we just go talk to him and then we'll go and move on from there.
Okay. What business do you have to attend to here?
I'd rather not say. Has to do with moving some things that some people don't want to pay the border crossing fees.
Okay, try not to get in trouble again.
Oh, and make no promises, but don't you worry. I'm quick and fast. Just ask the people that I mean, no, don't ask anybody that I ditched. Because remember, you know, I haven't ditched you guys, so we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're like 1 to 3. Let's go.
Like Phelan's just like, I don't know how to respond to that. I don't.
That's what I was hoping for.
Shaking my head and walking away.
For the first time, Phelan found himself dumbstruck and silent.
I tend to do that to people.
You or Navari?
I don't know.
So anyway,
Oh man.
Randall, you're still talking to Mother Johanna, and
Okay.
she gives you a little more information. She thinks that there was a new guy in town, a shifter, and she just gets this feeling that he would be the one to go talk to. His name is Zodor Tarev, and she says, "Why don't you go pay him a little visit, since he doesn't know who you are or your companions? Because I assume you didn't travel all this way alone."
To be honest, I don't get out very much anymore unless it's because I'm out with friends or allies, if you make that such a distinction. In fact, are they coming in as I'm finishing up this conversation, or is this conversation being finished before they get there?
Before they get there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, one of our party members seems to have gone a bit awry or a bit missed, but I feel like the other one can be counted on. She's your typical sneak thief based on what I've seen of her so
Hmm,
far,
someone who can make things disappear.
and
Always,
reappear in the proper hands when needed.
always good to have around. Yes. You know, I've hired I used to be part of a group in the Flame that, well, during the war, we would spy on people and infiltrate things, orchestrate
I
accidents, you could say. But
yeah,
that
I
was a
didn't
long
have
time ago.
yeah, I didn't have too much dealings with the people like you speak of during that time. I, grew up with the Templar Knights.
Ah, the front then.
Yes, unfortunately, and doing some of the more dirtier deeds that needed done, and got to be the face of it all. That was great. So I appreciate your candor, though, and I'll see what we can do and see if I can convince me friend to help us out with that.
All right then. So, Navari, as you walk up to the church, Phelan is kind of scampered off to do his own thing, and you get there just as Randall is leaving. Um,
Things failing.
he says, "No problems, don't you worry about it." And he's like, it just tapers off, speaking fast as ever, to make the deal of doing some smuggling kind of action stuff here.
Hmm.
Hey Randall, can we leave? It sucks here.
It does suck.
Eh, I mean, I've
See,
been in
even
worse
that
towns.
random person walking by just said it sucked here.
I, I mean, I get your disdain for the place, Navari, but I've been in worse places, and
Well, I
there's some
have
good that could be.
too.
Well, then you should understand there's some good that can be done here. I was speaking with the lead or head acolyte here in the Silver Flame Church, and her name goes, she's Mother Johanna, and she says that there's a individual that might have stolen an item of importance here,
Yeah.
and it's a holy relic to the sacred flame, so
Why'd
or
they
the
steal
silver
it?
flame, the silver flame, yeah.
Is it the silver flame?
It's the silver flame. I keep calling it the sacred flame because the silver flame is a sacred one. I believe the relic might hold some power. If the legends hold true about it. Uh, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know all the legends about the item. I've only heard rumors of it. I didn't know it was even being held here, to be honest with you. So, but Mother Johanna asked for my assistance, and I've offered it, and it would do some good to earn some good favor, even in a town like this.
I,
You
s-
never know when you're going to need friends in lower places,
I suppose.
especially like Wait, where's Phelan?
Oh, he had
Where did that
stuff to
little rat
do.
go?
He had stuff to do. He ran off in like that direction.
Every time he has stuff to do, we end up cleaning up his mess.
Yeah, I told him try not to, but you know how that normally goes.
I swear to God, if I have to have a talk with that little Finks, I swear he's not gonna like it.
So who are we looking for? What are we doing?
She wasn't 100% sure. She said that the first place to start might be a individual known by Zodor Terev.
What?
Zodor Terev.
Okay.
I don't know him personally, and obviously this is a new town to me. But
You know anything about them?
So
does he?
she would have told you where you could find him. He has like a an office in the place, and he kind of hires out
Is he in the
for
church?
jobs. No, 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 no.
Okay.
No, a shifter would not be.
I wasn't sure what he was.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, he is a shifter,
Oh,
and
okay.
so already there's a little bad
Shifter.
blood from history in this world.
Shifter
If you're
is in
not
like a
familiar with
changeling.
Eberron, the Church of the Silver Flame had a bit of
Does not like them. The
an
lycanthropes.
extermination of lycanthropes
Yeah.
a long time ago, and that has since not that extremism has since gone down. But there are
But
members of the church who still hold that kind of faith that like this is a very bad thing, and then there are still shifters who are descendants of lycanthropes who still have that like
but at the same time,
wariness.
there was also people within the church who opposed the
Yes.
eradication of them and did what they could to help some of those lycanthropes when they had the chance.
We're
Yeah,
talking shifters as in like changelings, doppelgangers, or shifters as in like
Shape-shifting, like
werebears, werewolves.
yeah.
Yeah.
So with theirs, they have like animalistic qualities to them, and so
Okay.
they can they call it shifting, and that's when they can embrace that, and they like some of them will grow longer fangs, some of them will get claws, and they already have like physical traits in common with animals and stuff, based on their descendants.
That's sick. We're gonna go look for that dude.
I think that would be a good idea, at least to possibly get us pointing in the right direction, because he might have the information on the person who was after the item in the first place.
How do you know he's gonna share that information?
I don't. I really don't. And quite frankly, the animosity that's between our people, between his people and my order, might become a barrier that might be too great to overcome.
Ever think maybe covering that?
And you just see Randall like pulling his what, covering what? He's like looking at his armor, like I don't understand what you're talking
Your
about.
look of the flame.
I wear it proudly, despite my animosity towards the church right now. I still wear it proudly. And while I don't agree with some of the things the church has done in the past, I'm not against the church, and I will wear my silver flame proudly everywhere I go.
Okay. Well, it might come in a bit
Which-
of a handicap.
Which is why I understand that. And I was about to suggest, since you seem accustomed to finer things and the ability to silver tongue your way into a situation, so to speak, that you might be able to garner some information that we need without my presence, and I'll stay outside. I'll stay close enough. I will be close enough for earshot so that should things go wrong, you'll have my aid instantly.
Well, I mean, I can try.
That's all I can ask. I really don't want to have to get rough with somebody just because because the church felt they were an abomination that needed to be eradicated.
What's this artifact called again?
The Arrow of Truth. It's a legendary relic within the Order of the Silver Flame.
Got it. So you want me to just go in and be like, hey, heard you might know information about this?
I mean, come on. You don't need to be direct about it. From what I've seen you do, you don't always go up and ask things. You generally get what you want by being indirect and getting the answer you seek.
Being like, hey, I'm looking for this like interesting relic, and I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to presume how you're going to steal this negotiation. Just that you're a very charismatic person that I've seen, and I feel like you'll be able to talk your way into this if you need to.
It has its ups and downs.
I'm hoping today is one of your ups.
That makes two of us. I haven't tested it
Randall
out today.
nervously, like you see a bead of sweat ball up on the edge of his brow and start to roll down his cheek, and he just pulls out his flask and he's like, God, let it be a good day.
I agree.
I got an itch. Hold on.
I don't think Ben saw.
No, he saw it. He absolutely saw it. He was being really good about it today.
I guess we'll head over to their office.
Okay, so you
Or
head
try
over.
and find it.
Or try and find
so-
it.
She gave Randall some very simple directions and gave a little description of the place, and it very much fits the aesthetic of this town. So his office is made up of lashed together timbers with an upturned artillery wagon serving as the roof of it. The structure is stood up on stilts over a big mud-filled crater, and there's a rickety ladder ascending to it. So this place is, like to help you set the scene. Like, so it's on stilts, so it's like up in the air, and you have to climb a ladder to get into his building that is built out of a wagon that's upside down. That would have been used to carry an artillery piece during the war. And you can kind of see that there's like a curtain of yellowing bones and copper wires throughout the doorway to it. So this guy is obviously somebody who, a little unscrupulous, a little dangerous, not a pleasant person, I guess, to put it delicately.
It's gonna be so fun.
Is there a balcony? Like, so you described it a ladder going up. Does
Yeah.
it straight up to a door, or does it go up to like a ledge that has a door that leads in?
So there's a little bit of a ledge there, so somebody could stand out and like look out.
That's
Almost
yeah.
like it's like a watch post.
Okay.
Slash treehouse, but it's it's built on freestanding stilts.
Okay. Well, yeah, then as she goes up and goes in, I'll climb up behind her, but step off to the side before she goes through and make sure I'm on that post and just listening in.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go up and like knock on the door.
So you just hear a really kind of gruff sounding voice. He's like, "What you waiting for? Just come on in! Come on, be on with it! I ain't got time to waste!"
I walk in.
So you step inside, and you see this very fit, very scarred looking shifter and a few humans. That the best way to describe it, they're thugs. They're the hired muscle, right? They work for him, and that's so he looks you over. He says, another scavenger. Well, what can you do? What are you looking at? A job? Want to go out to the borderland and recover some stuff? Think you're gonna strike it rich? It's more dangerous than people think, you know.
I was actually looking for help.
Help with what? What could I help you with? I don't even know you. Come on, spit it out.
Well, I've been, like, pointed in your direction. I have an employer who's looking for something that I hear you might be able to help me find. I'm willing to pay well.
Oh, now we're talking. Coin is the language of the realms. Well then, if you're going to pay, what are you looking for? Because I might know where to get it or who to find it from.
It's this relic. Like, this, like, legendary relic. I guess it belonged to, like, church or something. I think it was like something of truth, arrow of truth.
Not ringing any bells.
Aww.
Not ringing any bells at all, lass.
Inside check.
I was to say an inside check.
I will allow it.
Cool. Inside check. Cool.
Oh no, I rolled really low. So no, I probably don't know. I think it's like an... Yeah, it's only an 8. Dice betrayed me.
So as far as you know, he's being protective, but you don't get the vibe that he is holding it like how do I say it? He's protecting something, but he's not outright lying to you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Now, just because I don't know nothing about no arrowhead doesn't mean I know somebody who does. So why don't you do this? You go down to the scrappers market, look for someone named Jarev Shaldor. there's anything unlawful going on, or anything about no holy relics, he's the one who would know. So quit wasting my time and get out of here.
As he says that, since he's being unceremoniously loud, you'll see Randall poke his head in and say, "Thanks, Zordor," and he tosses him a bag of gold, containing 20 gold.
I was gonna pay him, but I guess I don't have to.
No, I wanted him to know that he was helping the church on purpose.
Oh, bad idea.
Yeah, because I'm a little shit.
So
I did choose
he scoops up the coins and he just says, "I should have known I smelled a dwarf scum.
Hey,
Get
we're
out
not all
here
dwarfs.
before I take your heads and use them as my new decorations."
I didn't do anything. Let leave.
Randall says before he goes, "Before my time, friend, I wouldn't have helped with that slaughter. So, to each his own, though." And he climbs down.
He just kind of, glares and just keeps counting to see how much money that you gave him. He could tell by the sound it was enough.
Yeah. A rough amount, but enough for a decent amount of information. At least a pointing in the right direction. Gets more and more expensive the more information we need, though.
I have money.
I know, but you seem very attached to your money, Navari.
I was just about to pay him.
I know. I could tell.
Probably not as much as you, but
Again, you seem very attached to your money.
do I
It's
though?
okay. Well, you seem attached to it until you gain something of actual benefit for you. Let's put it like that.
I mean, that's true. To the scrap market.
Oh, is that where we're... Oh, yeah, that's right. He was pretty loud.
Did you have a hard time hearing him?
So you guys go to the salvage market.
Oh, salvage market. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's this giant warehouse with a dirt floor, and inside are all these little, disheveled, there's, counters set up by different people, varying heights, varying degrees of quality. Some of them have tents over top, and their wares are, on their little walled areas. Others are just a blanket on the ground, very similar to the Rats Market, but this place is just a little bit dirtier, and... because it's not at the bottom of a city, it doesn't smell anywhere near as drastically horrible. So as you guys enter the place, you just see a bunch of scrappers, adventurers, people of that ilk, wandering about. You can hear people haggling over deals. All sorts of, peoples are represented. There's definitely, orcs, there's a few warforged, there's plenty of humans. There's a couple of... Let's see. You do not see any tieflings.
Good.
You are a rare breed.
You definitely see
I am a
goblins.
rare breed.
You see a few halflings that look like they, came from the plains. They're wearing the light, airy clothing of the dinosaur riders, and one of them even has a dinosaur mask on.
Dinosaur.
Can it please be a halfling wearing a triceratops?
No, they're much more. They're kind of more of an artistic thing, so they're more symbolic than somebody wearing a rubber. It's not like the guys are. It's not like they put on those inflatable dinosaur costumes and run around.
Well, I was thinking more like he had a bones, baby bone triceratops head as a helmet mask.
Oh, okay.
And I was just picturing Rambo or Scambo from Critical.
I want to know what my one regret is, Randall.
Yeah, what is that, Navari?
Well, one of them. Not
How many do you got?
That's not important at the moment.
Okay.
Not buying a baby dinosaur. We were back at the other town.
That's right. They had the opportunity. What were they anyway? Do you recall?
I don't know. I just remember little dinosaurs.
Yeah, but could you imagine keeping a baby dinosaur in that one room, fire monster hand thing, and that wouldn't have ended well. That would have been crispy dinosaur. You'd be eating your baby dinosaur for lunch.
I don't want a
I'm just
baby
saying.
dinosaur.
Yeah,
Could you
maybe one
imagine
day.
though if we trained it?
Oh, I imagine it'd be a great guard dog.
Yeah, it definitely has the potential to be.
When we maybe in the distant future, I don't know how. If we ever get ourselves a keep or a place that we need garden, That'd be a place and a time to get something like that.
Be true. Let's go look for this. We should have asked what they looked like. Shoot.
So we're gonna pretend that you did,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that just makes sense. So, Drave, does not have a nose, and he's currently pals around with a halfling.
The
who
halfling
is-
with the dinosaur head?
No. This halfling is like his muscle.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Just like Randall's my muscle.
Mhm.
Okay.
You just see Randall like itching against a scratch post somewhere. He's just like going like this. Oh, I've been trying to get this itch all day. Oh, wait, what? I'm muscle? Where?
We just
Yeah. Navari's gonna become a wino before the end of this.
Alright. Let's
How
go
big's the
find-
dinosaur?
What?
I'm asking how big the dinosaur is.
No, it's just a mask. Like
Oh,
they're
it's just the mask.
yeah. It's just like there was a description of where they came from, which is the Talenta
okay.
Plains.
Oh, I thought you were implying like there was a legit dinosaur standing next to him, and I'll be like, how big
No, not in this place.
do I think I could take it? I'm
No.
sizing up the muscle basically.
Perhaps stabled somewhere, they do have dinosaur mounts with them, but
Oh god, that'd be awesome. I want to ride a raptor.
you're a little too heavy for that, Randall.
Can I ride a raptor?
Maybe.
Could be a Texas raptor. I don't know. They're pretty big.
Oh,
I'm not saying he'll
we're
reach
getting
his top speed
distracted.
with me on him.
We're getting distracted from dinosaurs.
Well, it's not my fault. You brought dinosaurs up, and then all I can imagine is a raptor. I don't even know what they are. I just want to see one.
or I think they're the flying ones, Randall.
Dinosaurs fly?
They-
Anyway, where's this Derev guy? Are we talking to him right now?
No,
Or is he
you guys
just
have
staring at-
You guys have just entered the market. He is one of the salvage brokers, so he does have his
Okay.
own like booth here.
Let's go to this booth, yo.
Do we have an idea like of what his booth is like or where he's at in this market?
Look for the
Yes,
dude
yeah.
without a nose.
Okay. Well, sorry, Navari, I don't recall you asking where his stuff was or where he was, for that matter.
We just
before
gotta look
left.
for him.
But this is a game of make believe, and
I know.
sometimes we just we will determine that these conversations happened. So as you guys make your way through the market, bumping into people, avoiding others, seeing things. You see an orc haggling a deal. You end up at Drave's booth, and you know it's him because he has this sort of filter over his face, mostly his nose, that helps him breathe, and it has a very loud
Is his nickname Darth
kind of
Vader?
element to it. No, not quite as dramatic as that.
It's just like more a sucking sound, like air through air through a straw kind of thing.
Yeah, like air through a straw kind of thing. And it gets just amplified a little bit because of how he has to stand there. And standing next to him, coming up to his waist, is a halfling who is just absolutely jacked. Yes. And this guy, like his
I'm just picturing a muscle model, and he's just standing there doing poses like Arnold Schwarzenegger, just like Adonis pose.
he seems like somebody that has definitely been in some scraps and fights, and he just kind of stands there looking things over, making sure nobody's gonna swindle. So Drev sees you guys, and it's like you hear that kind of whistle through the straws, and it hisses and rasp, and he looks at you guys. He says, "All right, I don't see no scrap, so why are you here talking to me? Get by so I can get some business done."
Oh, you don't like coin? I thought you liked coin. I thought all of you like coin.
Why are you bringing me coin? What do you have?
It's what you might have, or at least that's what Zordor said you might have.
Hench like comes right up and crosses his arms in front of you. Now, mind you, Hench, the halfling here, his head is probably like right into your chest, but he doesn't seem to be intimidated at all. Like he's like very these guys. His height seems to just motivate him to be stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's
And-
strong.
Oh, I believe he's strong. That's
Drip
okay.
just kind of like, I don't think he likes you much,
Oh, that's why she did all the talking with him before.
and I don't
paid
like
him.
you either.
Well, what did I do to you?
Especially since Zodor sent you here. So why is it you are here? What do you want?
Well, we pay well. We need information in regards to an item.
What would that be?
Well, it's been brought to my attention that a relic of importance to my order has gone missing. And I seek to pay the proper people, if necessary, to reacquire that item. Now, I don't necessarily like violence. In fact, I'm quite opposed to violence myself. My friend over here,
Hmm?
well, she doesn't like. She helps me when she needs to, but she doesn't like it either. We tend to make a point to pay if it comes down to a need. But that said, you've seen me axe, you see me armor. It's not the newest stuff on the market. I'm not opposed to fighting when necessary. I just rather not have to do it. I've seen some things more than I wish to see in my day. And at this point, I just want the fighting to be done.
What he's trying
Now-
to say is we'll just pay you money if you tell us where it is.
Yeah. That's a long way of saying we'll pay you good money for information in regards to the Arrow of Truth. A relic that was recently stolen from the Church of the Silver Flame here in town. And the person in charge of that place said that the person who would have stolen it had been gone missing up until its disappearance, and believes that the person who stole it might have been someone who could cast magics to change their appearance.
And when
Now-
you say that, his eyes
yeah.
kind of perk up a little. And he just gives away like any kind of information he was hiding. He definitely gives it away.
So, and it appears that we're in the right place if you're the one who has that information.
Let's
And
see
it
the
could-
coin.
I'd rather know how good the information is, and I'll gauge your coin on that. Just to be fair, I gave Zodor 20 gold, just pointing us to the direction of you. So I'm good for my money.
Listen here. We see all sorts of scrappers, journeymen, adventurers come through here. And unfortunately, I have a good idea of the one you're looking for. So you best be emptying your pockets, or Hench will do it for me.
I look down at Hench, and I look back at Derev.
You can hear him like he's cracked.
Yeah, he's popping
neck.
knuckles, and he's
Yep,
popping his
He's
neck.
getting
and I'm
ready to
like-
throw down.
I look at Derev and I go, I'll pay you for the information, friend. But if you think your hench here is going to be making me empty my pockets, I'd like to point out that we had to kill a lot of different things to cross the Mournlands to get here. A lot. Including leaders, important figures of the Order of Karnath. So, I'm not saying that I'm not going to walk away from this, unhurt or unfazed, but I know I'll be walking away. I'll give you 50 gold for the information, assuming the information is good. I'll give you half now, and once we find the individual and get the item, you get the other half of that money.
All right. We have a deal.
And I pull out a
It ain't
pouch. I
gonna
go,
be easy to get to. And if you don't make it back, I'll know where you're headed, and Hench and I will pick your body clean.
yeah, well,
Might even dig you a hole if we're feeling generous.
Oh, that's so
Well,
kind of you.
yeah, I've got enough money to justify a hole. And I pull out 25 gold in a small bag that I keep. I basically have all my money separated
Oh, okay.
behind my chest
Oh,
plate
for payments.
for payments. So I'm literally got like bags of gold behind my chest plate that are strapped to little like pouch things on my inside of my breastplate that I just pull out and I like you watch me breastplate for a second and you see
Yeah.
me grab a couple and then like weighing them out in my hand and then I grab one out and I pull it out and I hand it to him for 25.
Now, you're looking for a changeling named Whist.
Somehow I knew it would lead to a changeling.
And, well, their gang was going to this sort of cannon, artillery piece out in the waste. They're apparently meeting someone there. I don't know who. I didn't care who. But I know that's where they're going, because they were supposed to bring me something from that place. Little scrap from that cannon. I got somebody who's eyeing up some of that those components, who's willing to pay a pretty penny.
If we bring it to you instead, do we get their payment?
Oh no. We'll just call it even.
You just see Randall give you a nod and he pulls out his flask and he's just like, another fight avoided is always a good day. Bless the silver flame. And he just puts it away and he turns around and he heads out and he's looking for Phelan because we have a direction and Phelan's going to be our ride.
I just waved by.
So Phelan is
You're
back
not
at
coming
the
with
cart.
me?
I mean, I'm going with you. I was waving by.
Oh,
to
she was
the
waving
henchman.
goodbye to them.
Oh, you're waving goodbye to them. I was like, why are you saying goodbye to Randall?
Oh yeah,
Randall
no, I'm gonna
needs
go.
help.
I'm gonna go steal from them. I'm just joking.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna. It came across as a thought for the future, though.
Hey, to be fair, when I was a rogue, that always was the first thought that came through my mind. In fact, more than often, it got my group into trouble with guards.
I'm gonna go use the rest.
So
of
you
real
guys
quick.
see Phelan.
free to
He's
keep going.
standing by his wagon with some for this place, some well-dressed characters, and you can overhear a little bit of the conversation. He says, "Oh yes. You see here, oh Randall,
Hey, Phelan.
what are you doing back so soon?"
We might be needing your assistance once more for a quick jaunt. Might be worth your while.
He kind of doesn't look like he's like he likes you, so he doesn't want to say no. But it's like
But he's
you're
in
like,
the middle of a deal.
yeah, but he's in the middle of a deal, and you could like if you look over the actually roll me a perception check.
Yeah, sure. Actually, not bad. 18.
Okay.
I don't think
So
I'm
you
good.
notice that there are some wrapped items. They're wrapped in cloth, and they appear to be going into a compartment that is under the main floor of his wagon.
I discreetly looked at Phelan and go, well, I don't want to be interrupting your business. I'm pretty sure me and Navari can find ourselves into a tavern here, get some drink while we wait. You can find us there.
That sounds like a plan, Randall. So how about you boys just keep doing your job right now? And yes, Randall, how about he pulls out a little bit of coin. He says, here, how your first drink's on me. I recommend getting the Fire Island. It is a woo! You'll feel
I
it
like
right
woo.
in here, my friend, okay? It's a bit of the grain whiskey, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I used to think only the dwarves knew how to make a proper grain whiskey.
Oh, not the dwarves. These guys, well, I've heard stories that a few of them have lost their eyesight from the stuff that they make.
Oh, well, now you're just exciting me, Randall. Thank you.
I'm back. What I miss?
So
Navari
Randall,
walks up because she fell behind.
yeah, Randall noticed that Phelan was doing some nefarious dealings and decided, rather than to interrupt and possibly ruin business for him and to ruin relationships with Phelan, he's gonna take Navari over to a tavern where they can get a drink. Apparently, the first one's on Randall. He's handing Randall some coins so that we can get our first drink for free. He's recommending the Fire Island. I believe was what that was called.
Yep.
Apparently people have lost their eyesight drinking stuff. Oh, it's fun.
You
Come
have
on,
any-
I'll show you a good
Do you
time.
have
Let's
any
go.
charcoal?
Yeah, you just have to get a drink that requires a Constitution saving throw. So you guys go inside, you get your drinks, and he was not kidding. This stuff is clear, and
Oh,
it
it's ever
is
clear.
strong.
Randall's super excited. He's all bouncing in his chair like, oh.
Randall,
I'm just gonna
it-
drink my
like-
bottle.
So you take your drink, and I mean you get a shiver from it, but you know you're a dwarf, you're a good drinker, you have
Yeah.
experience with this kind of stuff, so it doesn't you're not by any means tipsy or anything, but it's
Right.
whoo, what they say would grow some hair on your chest.
Yeah, it'll grow some hair on your chest and it'll clean out your bowels. That's what that'll do.
Just pass my drink to him.
Really?
You have any charcoal?
I mean, I'm sure we could find a fire pit here somewhere that you could get some charcoal. Unless you're looking for a specific kind of charcoal.
Charcoal to write on, or write with. You
Well,
can
any
mark.
charcoal.
Yeah.
Yeah, any
Just
any
charcoal.
charcoal could be. Is there a local like a fire pit or like a
Oh, you could yeah, like if you were to go outside, you'd probably be able to find like you
Well, I
just
was
grab-
thinking in the tavern if they had something like that to keep the place
Oh
warm.
yeah, just ask. Yeah, you go up to
Yeah.
the bar and yeah, they go back to the where they're cooking.
Mhm.
Basically, they're just taking whatever animal somebody dragged in, chopping it up, putting it to fire, and taking a piece of it off when it's blackened enough
That's
to-
done.
to feel comfortable, and you don't ask what it was
That sounds like what my dad used to make.
because it could be a mutant animal. You don't know. Sometimes it's best just not to know. But yeah, so somebody gleeful, like easily is able to hand you some charcoal.
Cool. This will be in handy, don't worry.
This will be handy later. You're starting to sound like Shadow from my other campaign. I got a
Well, out
freaking
of
magic
char-
stone.
Out of character, we're dealing with a changeling. I was
Yeah.
thinking, take the charcoal, mark hands. Think of some stupid word.
I was just thinking of Rick and Morty when they draw the axis on all their heads.
Oh no, I was gonna
So
draw it
I
on a
remember
head.
which
That's
Rick.
two.
They're after and which one they're not.
Wow.
I wasn't gonna
Red
draw it on
X, Morty. Red X.
a head.
Oh man. Yeah, well I guess if you're not drinking this, then you just slam the other
Slams
drink.
the other.
Yep.
Oh, dangerous stuff. Dangerous stuff.
I live to tread dangerously.
I live to live.
And I'm a dwarf. I'm at least resistant to poison.
Yeah.
and what is alcohol if not poison?
Basically.
All right. So it 15, 20 minutes go by and Phelan comes back inside and he sees you guys and he walks right up. Okay, my deal is done. Everything's ready. Where am I taking you? Hopefully it's not too far outside of town because I really want to be quick here, get a nice sleep, and then get on the road because I have another delivery to make, if you know what I mean.
Based on the rate at which your chariot can fly. Navari, what was the name of that place again that he's taken us? The cannon or something or
Yeah,
other?
so the landmark he gave you was the old cannon, which is
The old cannon.
yeah, it's about like if you were to walk there, it would probably be 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
Phelan gets you there in like less than an hour because he
I was
has-
gonna say like 15, 20
No,
minutes.
like no scavenger out here has the stuff that he has an elemental powered cart like he does.
Right.
It's a very extreme anomaly.
I just take the charcoal and I draw an X on the back of his hand.
He's like, "What are you doing about that last? Why are you drawing an X on my hand? What is
Just
it? What do you
keep it
think?
there,
You're,
it's important.
you're trying to age me? Okay, fine. I will. Only because you have a pretty face.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it'll be like 20, 30 hour depending on how long we take to locate the individual that we need to find there.
Draw an
Okay,
X
sounds
on the
good.
back of Randall's hand.
Now, I hope this place ain't too dangerous because I really don't want to get into any trouble. You know what I mean?
It
Well,
just
if-
has
yeah.
changelings in it.
I why do you have to tell him things like that,
I just draw
Navari?
an X on the back of my hand.
I will, if I can, I'm gonna procure a whistle
Okay.
that blows a specific cadence. That and make sure that Randall catches that cadence, and then I'm gonna tell him basically you should be outside of earshot, but you should be inside of this tone. And this tone, and I want to make sure it's a loud enough whistle that it goes for like, maybe a mile or two kind of thing or something like that. It goes for a distance so that he can be like 700, 800, 900 feet outside of our range. But I blow on this whistle and he's going to hear it and be able to come right up when we're ready to go.
Also, Phelan, need you to remember something. Just a word.
Mm-hmm.
Be a stupid word. Just remember chrysanthemum. Randall, you remember it too.
Chrysanthemum.
Perfect.
What do I need to remember the word chrysanthemum?
It might come into play later.
Oh, is this some
Good
secret
question.
spy stuff that I have to know about? All right, that sounds okay. All right, so you got an X on my hand, and now you have to remember the word chrysanthemum.
Perfect. Remember it too, Randall.
Chrysanthemum, got it.
All right. So Phelan has agreed to take you to the Mournland, and as you guys depart, the weather gets worse and the clouds get very dark, darker than usual. And you see like silent streaks of silver lightning flashing through the sky. And after a short bit of travel, you actually see the artillery piece on the horizon. It is a huge cannon aimed at the sky. So this thing was probably built by Seer to defend the border. In the war, with Brelin, Karnath, Dakani, they were like a hot spot of activity.
Right.
And you get to your spot where you're going to leave Phelan off and get closer to investigate. So do you guys want to go at it stealthy? How are you guys going to go about this?
You just see Randall look at him and be like, I mean, I can try.
Okay, so what you're saying is you'll be like.
Would
3
you like
feet
to go
back.
ahead of me a bit, Navari?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna laugh if I like crit and still get a 19 on the roll.
Yep. You'll do better than me.
Yeah, so Randall's gonna attempt to stealth, what would you say, 30, 40 feet back? Navari? How far back do you want me? 30? Okay.
What was with that face, Ben?
Oh, I was just like, did you roll a 3?
Oh no, 30.
30.
I rolled a 9.
What the heck? Was a 19 then turned away?
It bounced.
Yeah, I'm upset and I can't swear.
She's got a problem. And it isn't, and a Randall ain't one of them. Oh man. That's hilarious.
It's still a 17.
Okay, so Navari, you start creeping up on this, and at the base of the tower that holds this giant cannon. So this cannon is like a stationary artillery piece. You could see there are people bound to this, like a pillar of the tower. They're tied to it, and their bodies are lashed together to make this grotesque work of art, forming a sculpture of flesh. It looks like a terrible like scorpion with a silver arrow as its tail. A pair of small mutated humanoids lurch around the effigy, poking the captives with their spears. So Navari, I'm gonna let you roll an Arcana check to see if you've ever seen these things, and I'm gonna show you guys a picture.
Great at
'Cause these things are
Arcana.
creepy.
What could go wrong?
I rolled a natural 1. I don't know what the heck they
So
are.
Navari, you do not know what these creepers are, but this is what they look like. They have these 4 arms, and they appear to be, they're kind of goblinoid sized, and they have 2 mouths, as if somebody like compressed 2 creatures together, forcing them to merge in this horrific way. These aberrant monsters. Randall, from where you're at, you don't have the best look at them, but you could see that they have 4 limbs, and there's about half a dozen of them, and they're around this mutated, pulsing kind of flesh monstrosity with that like scorpion tail.
I just see from in front of me Navari going, nope.
So Randall, go ahead. I'm gonna, because of your time spent with the Silver Flame and like training that you have, I'm gonna let you roll religion. Okay.
Okay.
Is the sun?
19.
Nice. So you know that these guys are called Dolgrims, which are aberrant monsters that live below the surface of the world in Khyber, and they worship this Delcair master called Valara, the Crawling Queen. As far as like more details, stuff like that, it's just stuff that you never studied. She's not something that good people would learn a lot about. She's a very twisted, kind of monstrous deity of, the ancient enemies of the Dakani, the goblinoid people.
Out of curiosity, this horrid monster-looking thing they're poking and prodding, does it appear to be like an amalgamation from this deity? Probably.
Yes, it's like in the shape of the deity.
Oh god.
Made out of the bodies of these scavengers.
And the tail, you said it had a silver tail like stinger.
Yeah,
Is that
tail.
the thing that I'm looking to acquire?
Oh, absolutely.
God damn it.
I knew it.
Randall looks to
100%.
So the entire time this is going on, Randall looks past Navari and sees these creatures and the mass with the stinger, and then he looks to Navari, who's going like this, and you see Randall going.
So what I'm going to have you guys do is roll initiative now.
Okay.
And then we'll see how things play out.
4. Always low. Always low.
Wait, I get to add charisma to mine, right? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. 23.
I'm assuming we've had a long rest too.
Yes, you have.
At least a long rest.
All right, I am going to switch cameras really quick. Give me just a pleasant moment here. Should be that one. Cool. Can everybody still hear me okay?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right. So the scene before you is you see, so I'm using this ooze to represent the flesh creature, just so you know. And then the little skull guys, those are the 3 Dolgrims, because I don't have minis for those. Uh, you guys are still pretty, a little bit distant away. So Randall, you're just a bit further back,
Mhm.
and you can see Navari up ahead. Navari, you get to act first, and you could hear like this like kind of babbling coming from the creature as it oozes away from the pillars. And absorbs a couple of the Dolgrims. So like there's only that's why there's only a few on the table right now, is because a few of them have just been absorbed into the mass of this creature, but all of them seem to just have this like very incoherent, very nonsense speech to them, and you're not close enough to make it out if it's any kind of a language that you know, but what you do know is that it's just it's it, like I said, it's just this nonsensical, you're just not sure what's being said, if anything, really.
Oh, so the thing with the arrow is moving.
Yeah.
Well, that changes what I was going to do.
I was gonna ask Ben, based on what I know of these creatures and that thing, do I have a rough idea of like, is it a slow or is it an agile creature?
This thing
Typically.
is very slow.
Okay. That
Very
works in our
slow.
favor. Randall's kind of wishing he had a moment to say something to Navari at this, but
Anyway, Navari, it's your turn.
yep.
So what would you like to do?
Back up to Randall and be like, what the heck do we do?
Okay.
In a whisper. Because this is not what I had
Well,
in mind.
to be honest with you, we only need the freaking arrowhead. It's a holy relic. If we can cut that thing off, we can run away from this creature. We don't have to kill it.
What about the other creature?
Well, we'll probably have to deal with them, but those will be infinitely easier to deal with than that thing.
Do you want me to go behind it?
No.
So
No, I
as you
don't
guys
want
are
that.
talking, you see the like fleshy scorpion with the silver tail begin to kind of stagger towards you guys, and it doesn't move very fast or very nimbly, but it just kind of like steps, and you can see like different limbs or amalgamations of the limbs of the people that it like kind of absorb. So it has this almost like amorphous quality to it, and the babbling has gotten a lot louder to the point where you can hear like just almost like different voices, different like vocal cords all combined into one from those that were kind of sacrificed to create this demonic sort of aberrant enemy. Randall, what would you like to do?
Just give me 1 second here. I'm reading a spell.
Or I would just like to say, Randall, I hate your mission already.
You might hate it, but this is for your own good. Randall's
My
gonna
own
reach
good.
over. Randall reaches over and touches Navari on the arm, and casts protection from evil and good aberrations. So any creature that tries to attack her, that is one of the that is a aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, grants protection in the form of disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed such creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throws. So they all have disadvantage on attacking you now.
Thanks.
That's my action. And my the rest of my move, I'm gonna try and get closer to this thing.
Okay.
And I am going to use my bonus action to cast Divine Favor. Or no, wait, I can't do both. That's right. So that's going to be my move. My move is to get closer, and that's my action.
Okay. So the 3 smaller guys come rushing out, and they're also like screaming. They seem to be like chanting things as they like cheer on their beast that they have created, and they come at you with weapons drawn, spears and morning stars, and they begin striking you.
Oh, of course.
I believe in you.
I believe in my hit points. Because that's all I've got.
All right, so you take a number of blows as they kind of like swarm over you, swinging, stabbing, poking, prodding, and you end up taking 16 points of damage from a couple of the hits.
Okay.
And you were very close to the
Abhorrent
beast,
monster.
and you could just hear this loud, speech coming from it, and you notice that the ground around it seems to have this like quality, is like this oozingness is coming from the creature, and it seems to be like warping and shifting the ground circling it, potentially making it more difficult to approach and to deal with.
Out of curiosity, how many actual connects did they have? How many attacks actually hit? That came
3
out
out of
total.
6.
3. Okay. Good. Have advantage. That was good. Yep. And good. Okay. Sorry.
Excellent.
I needed it for my concentration that I put on Navari.
All right.
So like, hey Navari, you're protected. And now it's gone.
Yeah. So Navari, you have a spell of protection over you, and you see these things swarming and attacking Randall, and you see this beast just like babbling at him and chomping at him, rushing him to attack. What would you like to do?
Flank behind one of them so we have advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, and then stab it. Let me see. That is 18 to hit.
Woo! That is gonna do it. These things have next to no armor except for their rags and tattered leathers of whatever they scavenge from their dark dwelling homes.
Okay. So sneak attack as well?
Absolutely.
8, 6, and I also, you allowed me to take, even though I'm not an elvish or elven accuracy. So, whenever you have advantage on an attack roll using dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma, you can reroll one of the dice once. Can do that.
So that lets you, like, if you rolled on your d20 rolls, like if you were to miss, you could.
Oh,
you
it's
could
not
get a reroll.
damage?
Yep, correct. Not damage, just your
Wait,
hits.
but if you already have advantage, so would it be triple advantage?
Kind of. It's sort of like the lucky feat that lets you reroll a third. So lucky lets you roll 3 dice and pick the result. This one lets you, like, so if you roll badly on 2 dice, because it can happen, you get a third. You get a freebie chance to save it. Okay.
And is sneak attack at 4th level the same? I forgot.
It is still 2d6.
Okay. Sorry, I forgot to look that.
5.
Yeah, it goes up on the odd levels.
Okay, sorry about that.
Nope, you're okay.
Uh, 14 damage.
Ooh. So you take your rapier and you plunge it through this like mush-mashed, double-mouthed monstrosity, and the blood oozes from it as you pull the blade out, and you see the others kind of almost like, like a mortal creature would probably panic, but these things don't show any fear or any mourning that this had happened.
And I'll be right back.
Drinking too much water.
Yeah, basically.
This horrendous monstrosity gets very close to you, Randall.
Hello, gorgeous.
And you could, like the mouths of the different people that like have been merged into this thing have continue to, so you hear like different pitches, different voices, but the babbling is like, and it starts to like affect you mentally, and you could just feel like your faith is keeping you strong, but then as you notice, like, also you feel the ground begin to shift and shimmy, and it just becomes like a doughy substance, and your feet start to sink in a little bit. You know that if this thing gets a hold of you, you may not be able to just turn and run from this,
Right.
like grotesque monster, and it lunges, and you could see like its mouth comes at you. But not only one, but like one of its like tentacles, like the frontal, like what would be the claws, also have teeth from bones um, created as part of like this this monstrosity that they are. So they're like gnashing at you, clawing at you, but you fend off with your axe, parrying the blows, driving them away, and it is your turn.
I'm gonna shift around, trying to get off some of this uneven ground, and aim for the stinger tentacle that it seems to have, because it doesn't really have, like you said, a stinger, but it's amorphous. It doesn't really have, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it has an actual uh focal point, because it's just a blob
Yeah,
that has some
yeah. So like
tentacles
it's
coming off of it. Is that right?
okay. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Kind of like it's weird because it's like it doesn't have like a consistency to it. Like it can shift and shimmy and move into different shapes, almost at will, because it's just this like grotesque aberration.
Okay. I'm gonna basically be aiming to cut off that tentacle with
So you
what
want
I
to do
believe
like
is
a call. So you want to do a cold shot.
correct,
Okay.
as much as possible. Um, and I think I can't do that, so I can only do the other one.
Okay, I'm back.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And here goes. Not bad. That's a 18 to hit with my
Nice.
great axe.
All right, go ahead and roll some damage.
And I'm gonna channel some divine smite into that bad
Oh
boy,
yes.
because I
Cool.
need to cut that off as much as possible. So there's that. Plus, God, I'm rolling turds. 10, 12, 16 slashing damage as I wail into it, and I pump radiant divine energy into its form, trying to
So
cut
yeah,
off
your
that
axe
tentacle.
lights up with a bright flash, and you feel it blow through most of the fleshy substance until it strikes what appears to be a few bones that are like entwined together. And so it seems to like snap most of it, and it starts to hang limply, but it's still attached by some strands of flesh and bone. Um,
Okay.
and then I need you to make a wisdom save. It's like you're so close to this thing, like it starts to become like overwhelming to you to listen to it continually talking to you.
That's a 12.
You are fine. The two short guys, one of them starts slashing out with his weapons at you. You feel his mace. It doesn't puncture your armor, but it knocks the wind out of you with a hit for 4 points of damage. The other one begins to attack Navari, flailing with a spear, which she easily dodges, and smashing an axe down towards her legs, which she's able to sweep away from with a parry from her rapier. Navari, what would you like to do?
Is there any way to flank any of the other ones?
Yes, but it would put you very close to the big nasty fleshy monstrosity, and it would provoke an attack of opportunity from the other Dolgrim that is next to you.
Would it be at disadvantage? Is the spell?
I'm having a hard time seeing. Oh yeah, she would have to get all the way just straight east of it.
I guess I'll go for the one in front of me.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. I have fancy footwork. If I attack it, I can move.
It's by himself, so.
Oh yeah.
I think I have to
So
attack
just like getting it.
first.
Yeah, you have to. Yep, you attack first, and if he lives through it, you can just parry it, bounce away.
Yeah.
And you get sneak attack because it's as if he's flanked, because
Yeah.
Swashbuckler is all about the melee.
A natural 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20! Nice! That is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Oh,
It's getting hot in here. So thing. I am into that. We're gonna crush all these beasts. Feel like Randall needs a
17
toothpick.
damage.
17.
Mhm.
You end this thing's suffering of the pain that seems to be racked through its body for existence with another quick stroke of your rapier, a well-aimed shot going through one of the open mouths, clean in, and then you pull it out quickly with a swift glance, and then you want to flank the other one with Randall.
You want me to get close, Randall?
I want you to possibly kill that one so that way it stops harrowing me.
Yeah, I'll flank him.
Okay. So you move to flank with Randall, and the large creature again snaps at him with these pincers, filled with bone teeth. And Randall, you get hit as it snaps down onto your arm, and you could feel like the teeth digging through the chain of your armor in small pieces, and you take 6, 9, 13 points of damage.
How are your hit points?
They've been better, but I'm still alive.
Okay. I have a health
Don't
potion
you
if
worry.
need it.
Yeah, don't you worry about me, lass. Good old Randall's always good for a fight.
So, like I said, you feel like these teeth clipping through different parts. The warm blood covering your arm from underneath. But it is now your turn.
I'm going to give it another attack.
Okay.
And try to finish off that arm, so I can get that thing off of it.
Yeah.
That's not as good, but I feel like he's slow as balls, so his AC can't be high. That's a 14 to hit.
That is gonna hit.
Okay. And I'm just gonna hit him with the actual axe this time.
Okay.
Oh my god. 5 points of damage.
No! Only 5?
Only 5.
Oh no! So you
If I feel like if I'm
into it, but
so
you
here's
don't
the deal.
hit the same mark this time. So now you have 2 gashes in the tail, so it's broken in a couple of spots and flopping in different ways, but the arrowhead is still attached to the creature.
See, and that's what I was gonna say. If I'm hitting the same spot and it looks like it's just hanging on by a thread, I would have been like, and it's not go, my axe isn't gonna go through. I'll pump Divine Smite into it to finish that deal, but never mind. You're good. You the way you worded it kind of changed how I thought that was gonna work.
Okay. But you are it feels like you definitely see you are making progress, and the rest of it, there's blood oozing from it. There's definitely protrusions, but this seems to be the it is an effective attack. That is a way to say,
Okay.
even though you just didn't have enough behind it to snap that tail off. The last yes.
I am gonna drink my healing potion that I got.
Yep.
From last session. Whoops. I was using the wrong buttons again. But that puts me back up. I got a full 10. I maxed out my die.
Nice.
I have another health potion if you need to.
Actually, it's exactly how many I have. It's right there. Wait. No. Right there. Okay.
Do you need another?
No, I don't need one right. That was just to make sure they can't just one tap me.
Okay.
And Randall's gonna he'll stay where he is to help Navari out.
Yep. So
he was gonna move, but now he's gonna stay because he doesn't want to.
You can move if you want, but they'll get attacks of opportunity, I think.
Yeah, it was more of just staying on the amorphous ground that I have.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You can move if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna shift around it. Just I'll go if I can. Is there space between the creature and the other thing? Is there that one space that's so you see Navari just to her towards us, towards the camera?
So tall.
Yeah, cool.
How's that
is
for
that
you?
Yeah, is that gap right there something that Randall could possibly shift through?
I will allow that. Yeah. So you want to go here?
Yeah, I'm just basically shifting over to the other side next to Navari.
Okay.
Cool. Basically to keep me off of that amorphous ground that this is creating.
Yeah.
Okay, that's his turn.
So you lunge over past the creature, avoiding attacks. The Dolgrim snaps at Navari, swinging his mace first. She steps back and dodges that blow, but then he takes a quick thrust with his spear. And Navari, you take 5 points of damage as you feel it blow through that fancy armor you have, leaving a nice, clean hole.
Man, with disadvantage, it's still connected. Jesus.
To be fair, though, that's
tried.
the first time out of like
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting
6.
to get 3 out of 6 of hits
Yeah.
with a 19 armor class. So
Yeah, I was rolling like 19, 18, 19.
I was like, you monster.
It was bad. It was real bad for you. Navari, go ahead and what do you do on your turn?
Can I move so I have advantage, or do I have advantage for it?
You could, yeah. So you could slip around to the other
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna do the stabby stab.
Okay.
The stabby stab. It's the new game. All the kids are playing it.
23 to hit,
That is absolutely gonna hit.
and sneak attack as well.
Mhm.
I don't know why I keep putting the dice away. I think it'll be a good idea. $13 points of damage.
And as you plunge your blade into the last one, just as quickly as the other 3 fell, this one joins them, collapsing into the ground. But it's so close to the monster, you see like it lash out with like this glob, and it just literally absorbs what's left of this Dolgrim, pulling it into it and absorbing it into the mass of flesh and like just inconsistency of it. And the
Interesting.
creature shuffles around to try to get close to both of you, and this time it goes after Navari, snapping its many teeth and jaws, and this small like tendril that has the ragged teeth of both mouths from the creature it just took, grabs onto your leg, Navari, and you feel it latch into you as you take 5, 6, 7, 13 points of damage.
Oof.
How you doing?
And a good old 16.
It only took them like 7 hits to get me down there.
Do they still have disadvantage on me?
They do. I don't know.
I just have hot dice right now.
Can I see your dice so I can check them?
Oh no!
It's bad when the DM has hot dice and the players are just rolling.
Yeah,
like,
today's just rough. I'm sorry. I don't think I've rolled less than a 12.
Great. I've rolled all over the freaking.
But I keep trying to get advantage.
So,
Yeah.
Randall, what would you like to do?
Randall
finish
is
us
gonna. Yeah, he's gonna slide into position off to the there,
Mhm.
completely adjacent from Vari. Also, hopefully putting himself in line with the tentacle.
Yeah.
And he's gonna give it the cold college go.
Okay.
Wow. Just
Do
wow.
you get advantage though?
Yeah, that was with advantage, and I rolled a 9. Yeah, I rolled 2 3s.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Wow, I hit.
Yeah, you hit.
And
On
I
the-
am gonna.
You got on the button.
So it's like a zombie. It's a Zambi.
Zambi.
I am also going to pump my last sacred, my Searing Smite into this, or Divine Smite.
Nice, nice.
No, yes. That's 9 plus 14. That's 23 points of damage.
Woo!
That's feeling pretty good.
So your axe blows through the creature. This time, once again, you missed the 2 marks that you'd already placed in it, but with that searing hot flame axe with the white silver energy given to you by your deity, you sever the tail of this like fleshy Cronenberg scorpion, and it goes the arrowhead flies through the air with a piece of the tail, hits the ground, and the flesh from it just dissolves into the earth in this like black Icarus goo, and the arrowhead just lies there on top of it, shining almost as if it was never touched by anyone.
I feel like this thing was hurting it, to be fair.
I feel like I want to murder the people who said there was a changeling named Wish or whatever.
Yeah, Whist.
Whist, yeah.
Yep.
There was. It's just things didn't pan out so well.
Whist corrupted himself with this thing.
Is that thing evil?
That's my turn.
So Navari, what would you like to do?
Oh, is it still alive?
Oh yeah.
Oh, kind of my bonus action? Can I take a health potion?
Yes, you can.
Oh, what is that again?
2d4 plus 2.
6 points back. 6. Can I stab it and then move it if I get lucky? Because it don't get attack of opportunity since I see the thing's free.
Yep.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, you do, because you guys are flanking it.
Triple advantage? I mean,
No triple advantage.
Hit. I already hit. It's a 16. I just wanted to see how high I could go.
Well, you
nothing
do have
wrong.
elven accuracy.
Well,
Nothing
yeah,
wrong with
elven
that.
accuracy. You said triple advantage.
But
If
you have to.
it-
But if you reduce a reroll, remember you have to take the lower the final result.
Really?
So if it ends up lower,
Oh, never mind then.
No, not with that. Not with elven accuracy.
oh really?
She basically, so it's still advantage. So she has advantage.
Okay.
As she rolls, she can take one of those dice and re-roll
re-roll
that
it.
one, and then take the better of the two new options.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Okay, I'll just keep what I had. It was a 16.
Nice, nice.
But that's the whole point of it, is that you're apparently excessively good at stabbing into critical points.
Yeah. And
Cool, I
sneak
like that.
attack as well.
Yep. Yes, you definitely have sneak attack as well.
When you have advantage, you have sneak attack.
13 damage. And can I use my fancy footwork and just start backpedaling it out of there?
Absolutely. So as you plunge your blade into this thing, it seems like parts of it just kind of wrap around it, but you're able to pull it out, slash, kind of like removing like a little bit more pieces of it, and it's starting to show signs of scarring, but like it's just this like grotesque thing that's walking on people's arms and legs in different directions and different it's just this, it's horrifying. It's disturbing to look at this thing.
Gonna need a
Survive
bath
for
after
stealing the relic.
this, but there's
So-
no.
And so as you bounce away, you leave Randall to be facing it on his own.
Mhm.
And once again, it starts snapping at him with pincers, and he's able to parry the blows, thankfully, and not take any damage from its
believed in him.
attacks.
I believe in him.
Randall, what would you like to do?
Well, unlike the lass over there, I don't. So I'm gonna use my action to disengage
Okay.
and make my way over. Saw the spear tip fall. Or
Okay.
the
Yeah.
arrow,
So
and
you're gonna
collect that up. Yep.
scoop and go.
I'm like, and if you, we could throw shit at it from afar.
I have
I'm okay with
arrows.
that. I've got javelins. I'm okay with buying new ones. I don't need them back. You just, as we're running away from it, we're just hucking till it dies.
So yeah, so like basically like this, like so you were able to sever the limb and escape the creature. So if you wanted to, like, I'm not gonna have you guys roll because you are much faster than it, because this thing is like this grotesque, like slow moving kind of
We
monstrosity.
need stuff from the
So I'm, like,
bombshell.
if you guys want to finish
Oh,
it
that's
off just by
right.
peppering it,
Yeah,
you could absolutely do that. So that's what you guys want to do.
Yeah, I think so,
Okay.
because we have to go back to the bombshell or the cannon.
whatever it
the old
is,
cannon.
and collect
Yep.
the whatever from it.
We got to try and collect some scrap. Because do we believe that was Whist that like was corrupted by his
Oh, yeah.
actions or something?
Yeah, like you basically, what it looks like is that this band of scavengers got caught by these monsters and
Oh, got it. And they
got
turned
used
them.
in a ritual to be turned into something far worse.
Hey, should
So,
we call
our-
Phelan
Far
back
worse.
now?
Let's head back over to the to the cannon so we can try and collect some stuff and get the
Well,
heck
we
out
have to
of
put
here.
it on the cart, so we need Phelan.
Yeah, but these things came out of nowhere to attack.
They
And
didn't
we don't
come
wanna
out of
put him in
nowhere. They
danger.
were standing right there.
Okay, for them to have gotten the drop and to put these things into a ritual that turned them into
I
what we
start
just
collecting
tried.
stuff as he's
There you go.
talking.
Yeah. It's like Randall's like, yeah, we just need to collect stuff and then we'll give him a call over.
Okay. So yeah,
Make sure it's safe.
you guys climb up the rickety stand for the cannon and recover this. It seems to be a dragon shard is a big part of the firing mechanism, but it's not like gigantic. It's almost like like a flint would be for like a flintlock
Yep.
weapon. So that's about this, in comparison, the size of it. So it's it's like a football, but this dragon shard and a few other mechanical bits that were described to you. So you guys gather them up and
Hold up.
meet up with Phelan.
Do you think we
Yeah.
could find a better seller for this, Randall?
I think we could definitely make a deal. There's a deal to be had, especially for the stupidity of someone willing to steal from the church.
Phelan, question.
Oh,
what do
should
you
I be
do?
calling?
So you guys want to call him over here, or do you guys want
Yeah.
to go back to him?
If we've got the item that we needed,
Mhm.
then yeah, I'd give him a call.
Okay.
So that I'd whistle him in.
All right, so you guys whistle him in, and he shows up, with the wagon. He's like, "What is going on?" And he sees like two of the bodies that didn't get like absorbed into the thing, and he sees this like mass on the ground of bone and flesh that's just kind of melted, and he's just like, "What is going on here? Let's get to this wagon and let's get out of here. This is way more than I bargained for. Come on, guys,
Does he
please."
still
don't
have
make me
the X
stay."
on his hand?
Yeah, he still has the X on
Okay.
his hand.
You also look at
From-
Randall and Navari. Navari's got this gash across like her shoulder,
Yeah, like,
and
you guys-
Randall's got bruises and blood just coming from all various parts of him, and it's like, the usual. Let's go.
Phelan, I have a question.
Okay, what's your question? Does it have anything to do with us leaving? Because I'm ready to go now.
Yes. Do you have any healing?
Not currently, but let's get back to the town. There's a church there. There's got to be somebody who can help you patch your wounds and bind them up, and let's get you guys out of here and get you fresh and skipper do.
Okay, quick, what was that word?
Chrysanthemum?
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to hear it again. That was said out of character.
Oh, that's great.
Jump on the cart.
Yeah, Randall hauls himself up into the cart, creaking, and his metal like joints and stuff are just
Yeah.
like,
So he, activates the cart. It begins gliding through the ground, through the moorland. He takes you guys headed back towards Salvation, where you can,
while laying in the cart.
yeah.
Randall recalls the compartment that they put the item in. Is the compartment in the back of the bed of the cart, or was it on the
Yes.
side of the cart?
No,
Randall's gonna,
it's in the bed. It's
yeah.
think like
Randall is
Millennium
gonna,
Falcon Smuggler's Bay.
yeah.
That you
Ra-
pick up the panel and you put stuff in
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Randall's gonna nonchalantly kind of just slide over, like roll over to where that was, and kind of see if he can look and see what the item was that we're now going to have with us on our way back.
Oh, okay. So you open it up and you're not sure what it is because it is like I said, it's wrapped in oily cloths and stuff, and it's like so.
Mhm.
But there seems to be a number of them, various sizes, like some melon size, some smaller, some bigger.
Interesting, and they're fairly large, or are they like hard, or are they
They're hard.
Like,
They're definitely hard.
feel metallic underneath the cloth, or it feels like something else?
So if you touch it, it's solid. It's got some sharp edges underneath there,
Can
but
I distract Phelan while he's doing this?
Well, I mean, you wouldn't necessarily
I
know
was gonna
anything
say
about the item.
you don't
Oh
know
yeah,
he's
that's
doing
true.
it.
That's true.
And I'm not
Never
being
mind
like,
then.
I'm not trying to be coy with it. I'm just like, I'm opening it up and looking and then touching to
Yeah.
feel what it is, and then just closing the compartment, and I'll be like, that'll be a fun conversation with our friend Phelan later. Navari just literally watched me do that too. She's like, what are you doing? What is that?
What are you doing? Oh, sorry. What are you doing?
Haven't you seen Firefly?
Oh, I don't know that tale.
Ah, it's a great tale about a
Nice.
Captain Reynolds.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, to the church.
yeah,
oh, wait,
they've
are
got
we
good
going to the
bats there.
church first and then people?
There was no specification of when we had to deliver the item.
That's true. They just said they'd go looking for buddies. So maybe they'll go looking for the buddies.
We'll recover, and we've got time.
Okay.
We don't know what their time frame was. Did they give us details, Ben, or no?
Nope.
Yep.
Wait, did
So
you
there's no
say-
timetable.
Did you say the church had baths?
Oh,
Yes, it does.
oh yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
let's go
they're-
to the church.
There, you were complaining about this place. You haven't been to the right place. That's the problem.
Go to the
Of all the
church.
things that the Silver Flame Church is good, they've got some things that are worth dying for. I'll tell you
That's
that.
the thing is like, you know, when you have a faith that's dedicated to, you know, like things like fire and archery and people want to be comfortable.
Is this a warm bath then? If it's fire?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's heated.
Gosh.
It's gonna be like a steamy hot bath.
Oh my gosh.
The other thing I'm gonna be doing this ride back, this like 20-30 minute ride, is like while we were getting the flint, I guess, from this giant cannon,
Mhm.
is I wanted to try and understand this relic, this item, the Silver Flame.
Oh yeah, the arrowhead.
arrowhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the arrowhead of truth.
So what? I will let you roll a religion check to see what you can infer from its, you know, magical properties.
Oh, yeah. When it counts. 20.
Nice.
Oh,
So
I love
this
it.
specific relic allows for the casting of a couple of spells. Once per day, it can be used to channel the spell resistance to help somebody with saving throws, and once per week, it can be used to it can be used to channel like a zone of truth, effectively.
Ooh.
So this was, you know, something that maybe like a high-ranking official, this relic could have used for interrogations, and also would help protect them at the same time.
Okay. And
Like,
does it feel like it's a
maybe like
piece
an
of something?
Wizarder kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was probably on a chain
Okay.
at one point, like worn around the neck as more of a holy symbol.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just kind of curious about it because I'm like, you know, if I'm going to be sitting here holding, I kind of wanted to study it a little bit and maybe see what I recall about it.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah. It's the little things in life that really matter.
I'm just talking to Phelan.
Just chatting with him the whole time.
Yep.
So
Unless I can learn anything interesting from him.
I mean,
So
you
is there
could
any,
learn all
like-
sorts of things.
is there any reason why, like, so you guys are obviously going to return the arrowhead to the temple,
Mhm.
Correct.
and then so you guys are going to stay there for a long rest.
Yes.
To recover and, you know, get the bath, clean up our armor again. In my
Yeah.
case, really clean up my armor because I need some sandpaper
Oh yeah.
or a couple of whetstones
Mm-hmm.
for my armor because that's bad. And then I figure that was something I figured Navari would be doing, was discussing with Phelan what or who, if we wanted to try and barter with somebody else for this item.
Oh,
create-
I can
gotcha.
talk to Phelan about that. We just gotta go back and pay the other dude.
Well, that was the thing. It's like, I'm fine paying 20 if it's going to garner us more than 25 gold worth of
Yeah.
revenue from someone else, and we can create maybe a bid war.
Yeah. I'll talk to Phelan about that.
All right.
Yeah.
So on your trip, what Phelan does is he tells you about. Oh yeah, he knows people who would definitely pay more. It's part of what got him in so much trouble was deals of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, we weren't the original people to be hired for that business. We were hired to do a different job, and we could just say we didn't get it. Or maybe we did. But maybe we've maybe we figured out that it's worth more than you're giving us credit for. You gave us information, we nearly lost our lives, and
You cut out.
I was just saying, it's like we nearly lost our lives, but we got the item.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
all you did was give us information on where to go.
they said no to if we get it back here, wouldn't be worth any, or we wouldn't get paid anything.
No, it would just
They
be
were
worth
like, it
what
would
I was
be
going to pay him.
even. and I'll
Mhm.
be like,
Yep.
eh.
So if it's worth more, like Randall doesn't necessarily think he needs money, but he understands what money's value is, especially in the world that we live in.
Oh
It
yeah,
makes
I
things
absolutely
work.
understand that. Yeah, so Phelan would definitely be able to help you with with that. And so is that like a course that you guys want to take, where you want
Yeah.
to work with him on selling that? You're just gonna pay the guy with no nose,
Yeah,
Draven,
we'll go back to Dreamin' and pay him,
the
and if
25. Gotcha.
the 25 gold, and then if he asks about it, and be like, "Well, we found someone with a better offer."
Okay, well that is where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Okay.
And we will pick up next week with our primary storyline, I will say. As tonight, just so you guys know, I had to come up with something a little bit more on the fly with less prep than I usually have, just to navigate some things. But it all worked out, I feel pretty well. I just want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. We always appreciate having some great viewers. Makes me very happy. We're going to be putting this up on YouTube. So if you're watching it on YouTube, please hit subscribe, hit like, share it with your friends who might be interested, because we absolutely love playing D&D. And since we're already using Discord to play D&D, and I work at a game store with a YouTube channel, Twitch channel, why not create some awesome content, at least content that I think is awesome, to enhance our store. And if you're ever in the Buffalo area, swing by Heart of the Game and say hi. We would absolutely love to see you. But aside from that, just everybody be safe, be good to one another. We really appreciate you tuning in, and I cannot wait to show off some of the stuff we have in store for this campaign. I'm actually very excited for the long term of it.
Oh,
Can't
we
wait.
all are.
I can't wait to get attacked by more Warforged.
You don't know
can't-
that's gonna happen.
I can't wait to rip the heads off of more war.
I can't wait to get intercepted by more Warforged.
Like I said, you don't know that could be a thing.
I can't wait till we
There's
kill that
no-
stupid general.
There is no proof. Now that could happen.
I
mean,
can't wait till we meet the Goblin King.
But yes. So on that note, everybody, good night and be well. Okay.
Peace.